this is why I'm going to go over this with you today. So, a little history about myself is I am 53 years old right now, and I had some issues with perimenopause and some weight gain, so I hired a coach to finally get me in check, hold me accountable, and get the results that I was looking for. So I've always been a person that goes to the gym. I enjoy training. I don't mind putting in the hard work at all, but what I was doing wasn't working, so that's why I decided to hire my coach, Jeremiah Bear. So on September 6th of 2019, we started, and that was right after Labor Day, and my weight was 139.8 pounds. And the 1 month later, I had dropped 1 pound, and then by November 1st, I was down to 133. So 6 pounds down. By December 6th, I was down to 130.4. By January 3rd, this is all through the holidays and everything, I was 128 pounds. And then right around the beginning of February, I got to my goal weight where I was like, this is where I feel good. 125 pounds. I never thought that I would see that weight again, quite frankly. And I just kind of said, well, what do I do from here? So he said, well, do you have a vacation planned, or maybe you can book a photo shoot? So I said, well, I might as well book a photo shoot. So totally out of my comfort zone, but it was kind of exciting and gave me a little bit of a goal to work for. So we went pretty aggressive with the calories and then dropped my weight to 120 pounds by the end of February. So my photo shoot was the first week of March, and I was 120 pounds for that photo shoot. And so went through the photo shoot, and then went on vacation to, where did we go? So to South Carolina and Savannah, and I didn't track my calories at all, and 2 weeks later I was right back up to that 124.8. So that was like where I felt comfortable. So now let's keep in mind that this was March. By the time we got back, it was March 17th, and literally COVID had hit. So I still maintained my weight pretty much through, but after having done the photo shoot, I was ready to go back into a build phase. So I wasn't worried about, gaining the weight back, and was looking more into putting on some muscle. So to do that, you need to eat into a surplus. So I was more than happy to do that. And then I brought my weight up slowly, fairly slowly, I should say. There were a couple of diet breaks in there, little mini cuts in there. So, by February 15th, I was 139.6. So I was literally, I'm 2 pounds away from where I started in September, but my body looks completely different. So now here we are, and I want to do another photo shoot. So March 8th, we started to do another cut. So on March 8th, like I said, I was 139.6. And today I am 137.8. So I've lost 2 pounds in 3 weeks, but this has been a pretty aggressive cut. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I have also missed my first period. So my first period should have been here on March 17th, and I'm waiting, but it hasn't come. So we're gonna obviously skip this cycle, and of course I have ordered a Dutch complete test, and you're supposed to take that in day, I believe, between 17 and 21, I think ideally 19 for the Dutch test. So I can't even take that test until I have my period, and then I have to wait. So now I'm wondering if doing a cut is going to be the best thing that I can do for my body right now. So I'm paying attention to my biofeedback, but also this weight is not coming off. So my history is I do really well with the cut. So I'm going to say like for the first, even when I started first, so it was really slow, but I think that's because I wasn't very, I was trying to get the swing of things like when I first started with my coach. So, but I am very adherent to my calories. I'm very conscious. I know exactly like how to measure and make sure that everything is on point. So the fact that I've only lost 2 pounds is kind of, a cause for concern for me. And also, is this the time to be shooting for a photo shoot? Like, is this going to be able to happen? So I am definitely going to be keeping an eye on my biofeedback. My sleep, I have dialed in my sleep. My recovery is pretty good, although there's one thing that kind of bothers me, and I have a shoulder injury. I don't really even know what happened. I just know that it's still sore and it's not going away. So I don't know if this is something that's related. It's really not an acute injury. It's just more almost chronic at this point. But I do eat plenty of vegetables. I'm getting plenty of fiber in. I drink a ton of water. I have a step goal. I will admit I wasn't like super, at my steps were at 10,000, but there was, a few days where I wouldn't get to 10,000. It was more like, 8,000, but that's because of inclement weather. So I'm definitely going to be keeping that on point. And I'm also weight training 5 times a week, and that is something that I enjoy. I'm not sore from my workout, so I don't feel like that is a issue from a recovery standpoint. So it's just interesting to me with my hormones in flux. Is my body going to want to prioritize losing weight right now? Probably not. So I have to keep an eye on this and just make sure that, I'm not feeling that I'm not putting myself in a bad place. And I don't feel like that I'm doing that at all. But it's just interesting to me because I think like not that I'm good at dieting, but I am successful with dieting. So I would have expected definitely more than 2 pounds. And obviously we have, the hormones are going to be a big issue here with a drop in testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. Those are all on the decline. And unfortunately, I can't take this test to get those checked out. I haven't been on birth control since I was like 35, so that's not really an issue, but it might be something worthwhile looking into is hormone replacement therapy, not birth control, but actually getting my hormones back to a place. And that might be something that I need to definitely consider, I definitely will. I'm not against that at all. I don't really feel, I don't really have any symptoms. I don't have the hot flashes. I do have a little bit of tiredness, but besides like missing my cycle, I don't really feel that I have any of the symptoms that are driving me crazy, except for not being able to lose this weight. So, I'm not really freaking out right now. I've lost 2 pounds, so I should say like, hey, that's great. But with my, that's over 3 weeks and a pretty serious cut in calories. So just to give you an idea, I was having happily, and that's another thing that I was kind of curious about. So earlier on, like last year, I was maintaining and building on just around 2,000 calories. And then we did a little bit of a mini cut at the beginning of the year. And so my coach just brought me back to like 1,900 calories. So I went from 1,900 calories to, a range of 1,450 to 1,550. So that is a pretty aggressive drop for me. That's 500 calories below. So that should definitely have me losing 1 pound a week. And so it's just a question. Is this something that is ideal in menopause? Probably not. Am I going to try it? Yes, I am. But I will also back this off. Anybody that is concerned, like if you are working out and you want to make sure that you're not gaining too much weight and then you're trying to lose, you definitely want to make sure that your biofeedback is spot on, that you're in a place to lose weight effectively. And that would be just making sure that your digestion is on point, that your sleep is on point, that your recovery is on point. Hunger is an issue. So all of these things are tied in, and if something is off, it's going to throw off the whole thing. So I'm going to keep you posted on what's going on, and I'm just very curious how the whole hormone thing and the menopause and the loss of my cycle is going to affect the I guess the effectiveness of a weight loss phase. Thank you for listening.